Welcome back to another video with Brandout Consulting. Today we'll be in MiSys creating work centers. And in order to do a work center, we actually need to start on our administration tab and create our production shifts. So I've actually already started a production shift here. So I've already started a production shift, so we're going to go ahead and pull that up. And we're just going to walk through this. So what we've set up so far is line 1 is standard. The split type is standard, and the reason we move it standard instead of optional is because standard is what we do during the week, optional is if we have overtime. So we're going to show how that works anyway. So on the first line, we only click Monday through Thursday, and on line 2 we clicked on Friday because it's only a 4-hour day. Now we can add at this point an optional, and it can be from 1 o'clock, from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Without a break time, because this is going to be our additional Friday shift. So we're going to select down here, we're going to deselect because the default is to select Monday through Friday. We're going to just keep the selection on Friday. It's additional 5 hours, so there's our 5 hours of overtime. So we're going to go ahead and save this, exit out of it, and now we're going to go to our master files and go to our work center. So we're going to set up our paint center. Again, this is one that I've already started. And what we're going to do is we're going to change from production to our regular hours, and that's what we just set up in the administration file. Now, class, this is another thing you can set up, and it's very easy, and it's over here in work class centers, and it's very, very simple. We put our class, our description of what we do, any documentation, and that's it. So we're going to go back over to our work center, our paint. Alright, we're going to have to change that one back because we didn't save it before we exited it. And our class, we're going to put that on there as well as our location. Now our run times. So in order to paint these, it's going to go through about 1 per second. So there's our units. Setup is how long it takes to set up the station. Queue is how long it takes before we can run the next batch. Wait is how long we have to wait after the batch. And our efficiency percentage, we're going to put 95. And we like to hit save in between each one of our changes before we switch tabs. Once we've selected material, we're going to go to item number, and our item number is going to be T15. It's a brush, and what we're saying here is that we can do 600 units a day, and we're replacing the brush once a day. So if we take one brush divided by 600, we get 0.001666. And what we're saying here is however many units are produced, that is how much of this particular item is consumed during the process. So in this instance, it's 1/600th. And now we're going to add labor into this. So we're going to add another line. We're going to go labor, item number. Now we've already set up the labor, so we go here to our production labor. We select. And quantity per hour is 1. Add another line and put in our overhead. We don't have any assigned overhead to this at this time, so we're actually going to just delete that line, but that's where you would put that in. The next 2 tabs will auto-populate, and the inquiry tab is here for reporting. When we go through our different reports, we'll come back and visit this tab. And once we hit save and close, now we have our work center done. If you found any of this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Comment below and let us know if there's anything else we can help you with. Thanks.